Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. So today I'm going to be doing a review of some brand new to the market cream bronzers. These are two very well-known brands, and these products specifically are very hyped up. So I'm very excited to be testing both of these today. Today is going to be a battle of the cream bronzers. We're going to be doing a side-by-side comparison of the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Sun-Kissed Glow Smoothing Healthy Looking Glow Cream Bronzer for face and body. That is the longest name I've ever seen. We're going to be comparing this to the Nars Laguna Bronzing Cream. So if you're interested in either of these products, both of these products, seeing them compared to each other, which one is better, we're going to talk about differences, similarities, see them applied, and how they actually wear, then keep on watching. So let's talk about the Charlotte Tilbury one first. This is a very hyped up product right now. This is a very expensive product though. So it is $69 Canadian for this baby right here, for a cream bronzer. $70 for a cream bronzer, so this better be good. But when you actually take a look at the packaging, it is absolutely stunning. It's a nice large pan, especially considering it's advertised for face and body. I love to see the large pan as it for body products. You know, you're gonna use a bigger brush if you're gonna go on the body with a bronzer. So it's nice to have an actual like a large pan like that. So this is supposed to be a 16-hour wear cream bronzer in 4 beautiful sun-kissed shades for face and body that blurs the skin, hydrates with hyaluronic acid, and is sweat proof. It also has vitamin D3 to help protect the skin upon exposure to sunlight. So it's blurring, sweat proof, humidity proof, has a powdery cream finish that melts into the skin, easily building from soft to bold to achieve natural to more defined contoured looks. The actual product looks really pretty too, almost like you don't want to dip into it because it just looks that good. This is the shade 1 Fair, so it is the lightest shade. The Nars is $50 Canadian. Now, before we move on to more about the product, I wanted to kind of compare size to see, like, is the Charlotte Tilbury actually that much more? So the Charlotte Tilbury contains 0.74 ounces, which is 21 grams. And the Nars contains 0.67 ounces, which is 19 grams. So the Nars does have less, but it's not like significantly less. That's what, only 3 grams less. Between the two, the first difference is price, and the Nars is cheaper. So the Nars is decadently creamy bronzing formula that's inspired by the best-selling shade Laguna, which is their powder bronzer. So it's supposed to glide onto the skin, delivering long-lasting second skin warmth with a natural-looking finish. It is scented with Nars' signature French Polynesian Manoi de Tahiti oil, also known to lock in moisture, invisibly firm, and tone the complexion. So, I mean, both are cream bronzers. Obviously, you're gonna, they're both going to bronze and contour the skin. They both claim to be natural on the skin. They both claim to have hydrating ingredients. The Nars does claim to have more firming and toning kind of, claims. And whereas the Charlotte Tilbury has, more of that like blurring, I would say the Charlotte Tilbury has more claims on lasting long, specifically, 16-hour wear, sweat proof, humidity proof, whereas this just says long wearing. And then they both are hydrating. So they have a lot of similarities, but a few differences. Ultimately, we hope that they're both going to look fabulous. So let's just get down to it. Let me show you the Nars. This is the packaging. These are them side by side. So the Nars looks significantly smaller. So clearly it's just a lot deeper, but it doesn't look that much deeper. So I don't know, this one must not go very deep. And then the Nars is just a twist off cap, and that's what the product looks like. So overall, I would say that the Charlotte Tilbury obviously looks more luxe and has a more high-end kind of packaging. Also, the nice thing is the Charlotte Tilbury does come with a really nice sized mirror, so it would be good for on the go, whereas the Nars does not have a mirror. So there's another difference. The Nars I got in Laguna 1, which is also the lightest. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is quickly do primer, foundation, concealer. Okay, so I am going to wait to do concealer until after contour actually. So let's go ahead and do the Charlotte Tilbury first. I'm going to use a brush today. I kind of want to just feel it. Oh, it does feel nice and creamy, but almost like not super, super creamy. You know what I mean? Like it almost has like a powdery finish to it from like just looking at it in the pan. And it definitely looks like that on the skin. Like it's not super dewy or shiny. It kind of has like a nice natural matte finish. I like that color too. So I'm going to go ahead with this one on this side. Oh, it's very pigmented, as you can see, and not super, super warm either, which I kind of like, especially as like if you prefer cooler tones and you don't like to look super orange. Like sometimes orange on a fair, like an orangey bronzer on a fair skin tone can look really fake and just not super flattering. So this is a really flattering shade. I like that. But it's not like also ashy. It has a warmth in it, but it's also going to have that nice like coolness where it's actually going to sculpt and create a shadow. So you can definitely contour with this. And look at how easy that blended in. I love. And it looks really nice on the skin. I'm not losing any coverage of the foundation. It's definitely melting into the makeup really nicely. My hair is a bit of a disaster today, so just don't judge me. I am, when I'm filming this, 38 and a half weeks pregnant. So we're doing our best over here. Oh, I like this. It is a beautiful shade. It's a beautiful formula. It does have that kind of blurring finish to it. I definitely see that. That kind of like soft, natural matte finish really does like almost make the skin look nice and blurred. And it really like looks natural on the skin. Ooh, I'm obsessed. We're gonna just put a little bit under the jawline. And then I like to take a little bit down that part of the neck and then blend inwards and outwards so that we have no harsh lines. Let's go ahead and do the Nars and then we'll start talking about comparison. I'm just gonna wipe my excess off on this clean towel here. So this formula feels a little bit creamier and it like glides a little bit more like that slippy, like creamy, not slippy in a bad way, like just that really creamy. Whereas the Charlotte Tilbury felt very kind of like that powdery blurring sensation. This feels very creamy. The shades look similar actually, which I'm glad because I was like, we might have really different sides of the face. I would say the Nars is a little bit less cool toned upon swatch and maybe a tiny bit lighter, but we can also see how that looks when we build it on the face. Yeah, this one has a little bit like of a creamier feeling on the skin. I would say that the Nars isn't super warm toned either. Maybe a tiny bit, I don't know, they are actually quite similar, these shades. I would say the Charlotte Tilbury is maybe a little bit darker, but let's see if we can build the Nars, but like not significantly. Yeah, I feel like I can see a difference, but at the same time, they do look quite similar. You know, the Nars is actually, yeah, it's built up. When I look up close, they do look quite similar. I'm not really seeing like a ton of difference in terms of how it's actually looking on the skin. I do feel like I maybe like the look a little bit more of the Charlotte Tilbury only because it has that blurring sensation. But this one also has a little bit more of like a dew to it. Like it plumps up the skin a little bit more as it has a creamier formula. I'm enjoying both of them pretty evenly. Like this is making it kind of difficult. I was kind of hoping I'd have like a clear winner right off the bat. They both were very easy to build and both very easy to blend out. You know, they both were pigmented, yet not overly pigmented. And they also both were, you know, melted into the makeup, I would say. I would say the biggest difference, really, the only difference so far is shade very, very, very slightly. And then the Nars is a little bit creamier and like dewier, and the Charlotte Tilbury is a little bit more of that blurring soft matte. These are supposed to be, like the Charlotte Tilbury specifically has really intense claims about long wear, and then the Nars also says long lasting. So I think they're both, you know, neither of them are supposed to fade throughout the day, especially, you know, it's perfect timing for summer when we're going for the more bronzy look. Yet when we want kind of lightweight makeup, let's go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and finish up my makeup and I'll be back to show you the finished look. Also, let me know which one you prefer from this close-up. I wanna hear your opinions as well. Okay guys, so this is the finished look. I do feel like I haven't really changed my opinion yet about how I feel. I really don't see, honestly, a huge difference. Except for the shade, the Charlotte Tilbury being a little bit more pigmented, and as I have said before, the finish. So still kind of same opinion. This is what they look like set. I'm really, really, really happy with both of them. I think they're both beautiful products so far, but let's go ahead and see how they wear. So I will go ahead and do a wear test, and then I'm actually going to have to redo my makeup tomorrow morning. It's 7:30 at night right now. So I'm going to go ahead and reapply them tomorrow morning and do a wear test. So I will have slightly different makeup and hair and clothes, but I will be doing a good wear test tomorrow for them so that you guys can see how they actually wear. So yeah, thank you so much for watching so far. If you're interested in seeing how the wear test goes, then keep on watching. Hey guys, so it's the end of the day. I've had my makeup on for, at least it would be over 9 hours now. And I just wanted to check in and give you guys my final opinions on the bronzers. So this is the Charlotte Tilbury side. As you can see, we're still seeing the contour and the bronze. Same with the Nars side. So I do believe they're both long wearing. You don't have to worry about them going patchy or fading or, you know, disappearing on you throughout the day. And I do believe because the Charlotte Tilbury is a little more matte, I could see how it's more maybe sweat proof, but I would say that the Nars is holding up really well as well. So honestly, I'm actually really impressed with both. I really think that it just is preference. It comes down to preference. You know, the two lightest shades, you can see comparison. There's not a whole ton of a difference. They both are quite pigmented. They both are blendable. The formulas are really nice. I would say really the only major difference between the two is price and then obviously the finish. So if you're looking for a more, it's really not dewy, but maybe a little bit more creamy cream bronzer, then go with the Nars. If you're looking for a more that blurring soft matte kind of finish, then I would go with the Charlotte Tilbury. Yeah, like honestly, I think if I had to pick one, I would pick the Charlotte Tilbury just because I personally prefer the finish of it, but that's personal preference. And so I think that you would be happy with either or. They're both really, really beautiful and I love them both. So that's my final opinion. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, ring the bell. So thanks again for watching and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.